Andrew, how do I get rich? The number one habit that people need to adopt, every single time money is spent, you need to identify how your money was taken from you. And I say taken because money can't be made, because the only people who can make money are the governments. If you're a government, you can make money. You can print it from thin air, or a bank. But if you're a person, you're not making money. You're convincing other people to give it to you. You're taking money. So every single time you spend money on anything, you need to identify how it was taken from you. People don't even think about this stuff.
Well, what color's your brigade?
Doesn't that piss you off? This dude has 400 G's for a car, 400 grand. I'm walking 4 miles to college because my mom hasn't got any car. He has 400 grand. Do you think he works a job? He knows something about the world that I don't know. It exists in an echo chamber. It doesn't exist in fair competition. The reason universities still manage to function is because they'll give children loans to go to these schools, but you're not allowed to use the loan for anything else. If I were to say to the average 18-year-old, here's 50 grand. You can either start your own business, you can buy crypto, you can buy a nice car, or you can go get a degree. How many people do you think would choose a degree? Nobody. Zero. So they link the loan to the degree. The choices are either don't get the loan at all, or get the loan and go to school, which means that the universities don't exist in fair competition. There's no fair competition within the entire education. As soon as there's fair competition, nobody would choose it, because it's such a terrible choice. They teach things that are going to keep you inside the slave mind, and they want you to go to school and then go to college and then go to university and get in debt. And you have to be in debt so that now you have to work, and you're working and you're in debt, and then they want you to take on more debt if possible in the form of a mortgage, which a lot of people do. And once you're in debt, you can't really quit your job, and it's very difficult for you to leave the country. Now they can hold things over you. That's the goal. It's all about control mechanisms, and the system is very well designed to make sure that people are conditioned to obey. It's very hard for the average person to say no to anything. Unless you have millions and millions and millions of dollars, it's very difficult to even have an opinion on subjects. I have friends with normal jobs, and they say to me in private, yeah man, bro, I wish I could talk at work. They can't say anything. HR will wreck them. You're not an opinion, you're not allowed to talk. It's just work, consume, die, shut up, believe what you're told. That's how it is. It's clown world, it's the slavery. Your parents will say, hey, you need to save up and buy a home. When you were saving up and buying a home, 50 grand for a house, you were earning 20 grand a year, you were getting 5% on your savings, and you bought a house, and now that house for 50 grand is worth $500,000. It worked out great for you. It's a bit different for me. It's not the same. All the advice they're giving you gets outdated. A lot of people will sit there and listen to their parents. Your parents did something that worked once and it doesn't work anymore. And what works now won't work in 20 years. That's why you have to be perspicacious, you have to be adaptable, you have to pay attention to these things. And this is why network is so important. This is why you have to be talking to people who are constantly on the cutting edge. It's player versus player. You're sitting there like a jackass, scrolling around a little bit, and going, oh, I hope I'll be rich one day. And there's people like me and my network out here, and this is who you're competing against. You're gonna get wrecked. Either join the winning team or stay broke. Find somebody who knows what they're doing and join their team, or stay broke. You're gonna get f***ing crushed. It's player versus player. You're not gonna do it on your own. The whole idea of like this lone wolf is also garbage. You need network, you need people, you need teams. There are so many businesses, especially in the modern digital world, which can be started effectively for free. There's so much stuff that can be done almost for free. People think they need money I need money. If I had money, I'd start a business. And let's find a way to do it for pennies. There must be a way. If people want it, you can sell it. You can like do that part first.
Yeah.
Now you can do that with nearly anything.
Starting again from scratch. You're dumped in a random city. What do? Starting from scratch, and you need to make £10,000.
You'd have to start with selling something. You'd have to start with becoming the middleman of something, and you have to start by taking a commission. I think no matter where I was dropped, I would turn to the internet, no matter what. I think that because the internet's just a global marketplace, it's just so much better. I'd find somebody with star power, and I'd come along, I'd drop you an email and say, listen, I want to put something together. I believe I can help you sell more. I am hoping if I show you I can sell more, you'll give me X amount of commission. X amount %. I understand you have star power, you have something I don't have, you can talk in front of a camera, you can attract people, you can entertain people. What are you currently selling? You're selling this? Okay, if I bring X amount of 1,000 people, will I be able to get this %? That's what I would do. I think that if I didn't have the ability to sit on a camera and entertain, I would find somebody who does, and I would be the blood and guts beneath the show business. The average peon is, we need to tax the rich. I think that rich people are out here working some kind of job that you can tax. How do you tax a rich man? Firstly, let me tell you something about myself and most rich people. I don't own anything. That's the first thing. The second thing, you have all these different jurisdictions around the world. It's extremely complicated. How are you gonna tax a rich guy? He has houses here, houses there, company here, company there, all the companies making a loss. Does Starbucks pay tax? No, Starbucks supposedly doesn't make money. Supposedly Uber's never made profit. An app on the phone with millions of cars around the world and people working endless hours for them and them getting a cut of it. Supposedly they've never made profit, never paid a penny tax. You can't tax the rich. All you're gonna do is just drive them into other countries. If England right now today were to announce a huge tax on the rich people would just go, oh cool, I'll base my company out of Belize. 2 pieces of paper. The problem with owning something is that it can be taken. In America, litigation is a big problem. You don't want to own anything because if you get sued, you're going to have to pay that debt. and you might have to sell your assets to pay that debt. So
Yeah.
people don't own anything themselves. A limited company owns it,
Yeah,
a trust
yeah,
owns it.
exactly.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at the Panama Papers. Nike doesn't pay any tax. Why does Nike not pay tax? Well, I'll give you a very simple version. They have two companies, one set up in Belize with a 1% tax rate, one set up in Europe. The one set up in Europe sells Nike trainers, pays all the staff, pays the stores, sells all the shoes, makes all the money, boom, 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 makes millions and millions and millions in profit. The one in Belize owns the trademark. So after 100 million, 200 million, whatever it is, comes into the European company. The European company has a debt to Belize to use the trademark of all the profit. Isn't that coincidental?
Yeah, right.
That goes to Belize. Then Belize government comes along and goes, give us 1%. Nothing. Boom, boom, done. Tax paid. It's all a scam. It's all a lie. It's all a scam. The person who it's always the same. It's the guy in the middle.
Yeah.
The guy in the middle is going to get wrecked. It makes me laugh when they talk about, we're going to increase taxes, da-da-da. When they talk about increases taxes, they're not trying to chase down the billionaire on his yacht, because they can't. They're trying to chase down the guy with an address, who can't move, can't leave, he has a mortgage debt, 2 kids and a dog, living somewhere in Sunderland, and he's stuck there. There's a cost-benefit analysis and there's a risk return on every action that we take as humans. If I was in charge of a tax authority, I'd sit there and go, okay, we have all these millionaires and they're all on jets and they're everywhere and they have 7 passports and these complicated corporate structures, and this is going to take years to penetrate. We need money now. Who can we get now? Oh, we'll get him. Some dude. Turn up, you owe us money. How much? 50. I don't have 50 grand, I'll pay you 10. Cool, thanks. Because he can't resist it. The guy in the middle can't resist. And this is why I'm saying about having things in your name. When you have things in your name, you're in trouble, because if you say no to that tax bill, what do they take? Your house, your car. So that's why, I don't know about your structure, and obviously we can't talk on an open podcast, but the richest people I know don't own anything. They don't own anything.
Yeah, the companies will.
Well, but it can get even more advanced than that, because companies can then still be litigated, but trusts can't.
Let me ask you a question then. What are you buying? What are you investing in right now? And you don't have to go into details. I know we're on a public podcast, but what sort of stuff are you making a lot of money, clearly? Where are you dumping that besides supercars?
Yeah, supercars are just, I need to stop. I have 28 supercars now. It's got to a level of ridiculous now where all the car brands just text me, hey, new Lamborghini's coming. What color do you want? I'm like, black. I just buy. I don't even know what they look like. I just buy them.